back to our course for Canva from basic to advanced. And for this lesson number 12, we will be going through some social media graphics and how and when and what kind of graphics you should use, and the templates that we will also cover to see what kind of graphics are required and what kind of elements are required to design social media graphics. So let's go ahead and get started with our lesson. Now, as you can see, I have opened up Canva and I'll be going through some social media graphics. Okay, so first I'm going to go to templates over here, and underneath templates, you'll find a lot of things, but I'll go through social media over here. And as you can see, you have Instagram posts, you have Instagram posts for landscape, you have Instagram stories, you have WhatsApp statuses, you have Facebook covers, Instagram reels, TikTok videos, YouTube thumbnails, YouTube intros, a lot of things to work with. Now, I'm not going to touch any videos for now because I will be covering videos in a separate lesson nearing the end of our entire course. But for now, I'll be sticking with some basic stuff. Like for example, Instagram post square, I'll start with this. Then I'll be showing you something from Facebook. Then I'll be showing you something for YouTube as well, for banners or covers and profile pictures. So here, there are a lot of templates, as you can see. There's video templates. There's normal still image templates or post like templates, as you can see over here. So I'll just go ahead, let's say use this one of gray photo collage, new arrivals, Instagram post. So I'm going to go ahead and customize this template. Now, all of the templates here will only be applicable for the type of social media post that you are going to be making. It can be related to a food, it can be related to images, it can be related to anything, as long as it requires or it fulfills the need for the social media graphics. But here there's very much less graphics other than the framing and the pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and delete everything and start from scratch so that I can show you what you can do with graphics to furthermore enhance your social media post. Okay, so and in case for Instagram, let's go for, let's say, a quote type post where you, let's say you have a page where you send out, or where you, like on a daily basis, like 24 hours intervals, you upload a post related to quotes. Now these quotes can be related to anything. It can be motivational quotes, it can be business related quotes, it can be anything, right? So let's go for something like a business standard quote. Okay, so let me go ahead, go to first elements over here, graphics. And elements over here, we will be taking a shape first. Okay, so I will be taking, let's say, this shape first over here. Then I'll take two shapes first. So this will be underneath this layer. I'll be setting that up as a background and setting this up as a background. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and first color it, let's say black. Okay, then I'm going to expand it like this. There you go. Then I'm going to right click on it and then I'm going to lock it. There you go. Now once that is locked, it won't move however I want it to move. Then I'm going to put this graphic over here and cover it up within the frame of our Instagram post, right? Then I'm going to go to the transparency and decrease it down to, let's say, 20. That looks standard. There you go. Now I can go ahead and make this green as well. So let's say I want to make this green. I want this to really pop off, you know? So I can go ahead and increase the transparency again. As you can see, I have this green over here. I can double click on it and type inside this if I want to, or I can go ahead and use our text tool over here and make new things. But before that, let me go ahead and use a text. Use our text tools or text over here to first write some text in, and then we'll be moving forward from there. So now continuing on, I'm going to add in our text. So I'm just going to add in a subheading for now. As you can see, this is a subheading and I will keep this as black. I'm just going to put this right on top here without any, I can also give like an underline over here if I want to, but I don't want to give an underline like that. I would want to manually give an underlining, but not right now. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this over here, and I'll show you a design method where you can go ahead and add a design in as well. So I'll just place this right over here, for example. There you go. I'll just paste this right over here. Then I'm going to go ahead and change its color to this, and then add another graphic element over here. So as you can see, I'll place this right over here, and also change this one's color to pitch black. And as you can see, I will paste this right over here. There you go. Now I'm going to go ahead, select this text, but before that I'll go to position, as you can see, and this one will be right above this. Yes, that's perfect. Now on this subheading, let me go ahead and first type in the heading of our quote, like quote. So what will be our quote, right? So I do not want to add the quote over here. Now what would I want to add, let's say, will be the name of our Instagram page. Okay, so let's say quotes of success. There you go, that fits perfectly there as well. Then I'm going to change it to impact. There you go, and place this right at the center. There you go, over here. Then I'm going to go ahead and reduce this down to over here. Now I can make it a much more like design friendly by adding in, let's say, a triangle over here. I'm going to paste the triangle right over here, and we align it like that, and paste it right over here. Change the format to black. There you go. Now I'm just going to zoom in a bit because this, to see if it matches or not perfectly. And as you can see, it matches perfectly with our rectangle over there. There you go. Now as you can see, it matches perfectly. I can also like have another rectangle like this, and paste this over here. There you go. And change this one's to black, pure black as well. And there you go. So that looks perfect as it is. Now let's go ahead and add a quote in, right? So now I'm going to go to our little text body over here, and then I'll be adding the quote here, right? So I'm going to add first two exclamatory marks, not exclamatory, our quotation marks over here. So quotes of success, that's the name of the Instagram page. I'm just making a profile here to better make our design. Okay, so let's type in the quote. So health, let's say, health is the greatest wealth. There you go. Now I would want it to be right here, aligning it to our middle. Okay, then this part I would want to place it there. This part I would want to place it on the right side, and then lower it down so that it looks like this to give it a design view. There you go. And place this, let's say, right over here. That looks great. Or I can just place it right over here. Now I'm placing it right over here because I want to add more text in, right? So health is the greatest wealth. Then I'm going to have a description. So I'm going to make it bold so that it pops out more. Then I'm going to add in another text body over here. And this text body will have the description of this quote, right? So if you maintain your health, then you can work more towards your goal. Or I can just follow up with another quote as well. So Let us go ahead and type in if you are ill, you won't be able to work hard enough. Neither physically nor mentally. Then I'm going to have another text body to mention something else. If you lose money, you don't lose anything. If you lose your family, you have lost something. But if you lose your health, then you have lost everything. There you go. I think that matches perfectly with our entire quote on top. There you go. Now to further on design this, so I'm going to go ahead and change to Anton. No, Anton is too much. I'm just going to keep it as it is. I'm just going to make it bold. Make this one bold as well. Also give a quotation mark start, quotation mark end here, quotation mark start here as well, quotation mark end here as well. But in case for this two over here, I'm just going to lower down to 20 over here. There you go. Then I will also go ahead and reduce it down to 3 lines, and this one will also be at 3 lines, just to make things look much more neater and cleaner. Now this one I would want to be on the left side over here. There you go. This one I would want to be on the right side over here. And there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and select all of this and move them towards the middle. There you go. And also move this two, group them up together, and move this two also over this one. There you go. Now to further on design what we have made, right? So now I'm going to go ahead, go back to elements, grab this again. Okay, change this one's color. First this one's color to this, then this one's color to pitch black. There you go. Then make sure that it covers up our entire quote over here. There you go. Then I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste this right over here. And I'm going to go ahead and also change the text color for this one. And move this too so that it fits over there. Now I would want to add a line in or I would want to make sure that it covers our text but does not go outside more than that. And there you go. Now in the middle, I would want to keep this as it is, but I would also want to underline it like that. Now you can add more designs to it by adding, let's say, lines like this to it. So I'm going to add some lines to it. Okay. I'm going to add a line over there. Then I'm also going to go ahead and add a line over here. There you go. Now I would want to increase this up a bit because I would want to have these lines there you go, like that. Then I can have like a transparent let's say 20 over here, 20 transparency. Then I will just rotate it a bit, copy it, paste it over here, rotate this one a bit, And again, paste this one over here, increase this one size, or decrease the size a bit. There you go. As you can see, I only use two kinds of colors. Now you can go to design over here, you can go to styles over here, and you can like select any kind of style that you want. So for example, as you can see, I've changed the style, and again I have changed the style, but it still looks perfect. So the other thing here for this part, I'm just going to go ahead fix that so that it doesn't matter if even if I change the style or not. So I'm just going to go ahead, use this over here. There you go. And also copy this and paste this right over here. There you go. I'm also going to go ahead and lock this too. There you go. That way it looks much more neater and cleaner, as you can see. Now even if I were to go back and like change my style to any kind of color, now those boxes will not change, as you can see. But as you can see, this still changes, so I can go to position over here, go to layers to see where this lies at. So as you can see, this lies at over here, but I don't want them to lie at over there. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of them and move them right below these lines. There you go. And I want to make sure that these two also moves on top. But if I were to move this, as you can see, that doesn't work like that. So I'll just keep it as it is because this also works. And now the part over here, you can add like circles. Okay, you can add circles, circle over here to go ahead and mask them completely so that they don't like show outside. So that's another way that you can use this effects as well. But you can also go ahead and delete this if you want to. There you go, and delete this if you want to, and delete this if you want to, and then move this like right outside of the artboard like this. Now we'll change the text. This one's text, as you can see over here. There you go. Now I would want to change the color of this text to lesser white over here. There you go. Now if I were to go ahead and change to however I want, as you can see, it will change likewise. You just need to like micro adjust it from time to time in order for you to get that specific design in. So you can use graphics for like to create unique kind of posts like this. It's like at the end of the day, it matters on how creative you are and how innovative you are on like utilizing these elements of graphics to create cool looking posts like this. So I will show you another example. For this example, I'll be using just a picture. So let's say you want to upload a profile picture or a picture post on Instagram, right? So let's go ahead and like create a new project or use a new page here and create a profile picture, right? So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Going back to elements over here, I will go to photos. Okay, I'll just go to photos over here. There you go, and I'll just type in selfie. And let's say I'm going to take this one for example, let's say, okay, and I will make it into a square, or I can just go to filters over here and just search for square. So as you can see, there are a lot of selfies here that can be used. So let me go ahead and use this one for example. This one looks cool. So I'll just paste it right over here, and then I'm going to have a copy version of it. Okay, now this version, I'll just going to go ahead and increase its scale so that it matches our entire image over here. As you can see, it has a special effect to it, but not that much. But here in this effect, I'm just going to go to edit photo. I'm gonna go to give it a blur. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a blur like this. So whole image, I'm just going to give it a blur for whole image, and I'll just increase the intensity. like this. I'll just keep it at 50%. There you go. And then I'm going to go back. As you can see, the image behind is blurred out, so it looks good as well. So now selecting this one, I can go to edit photo. Without edit photo, you can also do it like as it's like based on graphics, right? Social media graphics. So I'm going to go to elements over here. I can take this shape, for example. I'm just going to cover up this part and then increase it up a bit more. Like this. I think this will be perfect. Yes. Then going back to position over here, I'm just going to put this right there and then change this one's color to black. There you go. It gives like a border to it, right? So now going into, let's say, shape over here, we have that shape, right? But we can also change this one, right? So we can also change this one as well, but we do not want to change this one that much. You can also give like a shadow as well. So let me go ahead and delete this one. We're moving it outside. While selecting this one, I can go to edit. As you can see over here, you have filters as well. So I don't want to use the filters. I don't want to use a shadow, duotone, or anything like that. What I want is to go to filters over here or colorize over here. There you go, colorize over here, and then I'm going to open. So it's trying to colorize the image right now. It's a monochrome color, right? So it's coloring the image right now. So I'll be back when the image is done being colorized. So as you can see, the image has now been colorized and it looks so good right now. So you can go ahead and use it like that if you want to. You can also flip it as well if you want to. So I'll keep it as it is. Now going back to elements over here, going back to graphics, I'm just going to add some variations to it, some effects to it. So I'm going to add a white line with a stroke of, let's say, I guess 10 would do. Let me just check. Yes, 10 would be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead, move it like that. Also, I have another one, move it like this. There you go. Then also, I'm going to go ahead, copy them. Okay. And then paste them. And then rotate them like this 180 degrees and then move them towards the bottom over here. There you go. But I would want to move them a little bit upward. Yeah, that looks perfect. There you go. We also have a design like this, and you can also have another copy of this one. Rotate it a bit like this. Then paste it over here, then going to position, selecting this, you can set it behind the image like that. As you can see, you can also rotate and adjust that. I'll just keep it at 45 degree. There you go. Then I'll just copy that one, paste it over here, then again copy another version of it, rotate it like this, and then move it over here. I can also have another one over here. There you go. So you can have unique effects like that. You can also add this one if you want to. You can add a frame like this if you want to. There you go. You can also have, for example, instead of this, you can go to frames, for example. Then underneath over here, I'll just going to go ahead and place this one over here. There you go. Paste it right over here. There you go. Then going back to the elements, previous elements over here. Then underneath recently used, I'm just going to go ahead and grab this image over here. And then just going to go ahead and try to match it towards this image which I'm using right now. There you go. Placing it exactly on top of each other and then pressing enter. And as you can see, we have that love shape, but it has a different type of effect to it, right? So underneath effects over here, I'm just going to, or underneath adjustment over here, I'm just going to go ahead and change the adjustments a bit. So contrast, I would want to make that not too much brightness. Let me readjust contrast. There you go. Increase the brightness a bit, decrease the contrast a bit, increase the highlights a bit, decrease the shadows a bit to make it much more darker, increase the whites a bit, also increase the dark sides a bit. Then I will try to see if we have a border or not. As you can see, we do not have a border. I can go ahead and select this and add a custom border like this as well. If I want to, I can increase the border width, the corner rounding as well, but I do not want that. I'll just keep it as it is and place it like that. There you go. And we are done, as you can see. So you can have unique kind of graphic elements. Like the picture in itself was not that much impressive other than the monotone itself, but then I just put like use that picture as a background, added a blur effect to it, then added the same picture on top, then added the same picture in a frame, but I edited the picture in the frame and gave a border to it, so it looks like that everything has placed in a small tight little effect, and it looks a little bit unique than most average posts. So there you go. That's another way that you can go ahead and handle like social media graphics with. So I showed you one where you can do some quotation marks. I showed you one where you can like go ahead and edit pictures, add it with some elements of graphics on your social media post. So that will be all for this example on social media graphics, on how you can use social media graphics to make social media posts or edit image and upload it as well. So that'll be all for this lesson, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.